When my dad refers to Southeast Ohio, he grew up here, he calls it God's country. And he's absolutely referring to the natural beauty that's provided by the forests. It's just critical to our way of life here. Many of us just couldn't even imagine living here without the forest. It wouldn't be Southeast Ohio without the forest.
Within 20 miles of here, we have 70-80% forest cover. But if you fly over the area in a small airplane, it is just a carpet going over little ridges and valleys and ridges and valleys. And occasionally you see a gap, but mainly it's forest.
The importance of this region being defined by forests isn't something that we've made up or preconceived. It's been that way since frontier days.
It's the story of wholehearted cooperation and its opportunity within the grasp of many men who live and work in her rolling hills, an opportunity that many have already accepted by making timber a perpetual crop on their farm acres, which the Creator intended for us to use, but not abuse.
You can look at very old photos from the 1900s and just see that it kind of almost looks like the Badlands. Like, it doesn't look like, the forested hills you see today, obviously. Overall, Southeast Ohio, and especially the Wayne National Forest, it's a landscape in healing. For thousands of years we've had forested and woodland land across Southeast Ohio.
This is wilderness country, the American wilderness, a timeless domain.
It was in the late 1920s. The state and the feds started looking at setting up national forests across the east in some of these hardest hit areas and some of the most barren lands to really just start to bring the nature back to those areas. And that's where the idea for the Wayne National Forest came from. As of 2021, the Wayne National Forest is 244,265 acres in size, spread across 12 counties in Southeast Ohio.
What we have is a forest that can not only supply clean air, clean water, and abundant natural resources, but can provide a host of economic benefits as well. There are few places in the eastern U.S. where forests play such an important role in the livelihoods of so many different people.
The Bailey's Trail System is a multi-use, multi-purpose trail system that's primarily located in the Wayne National Forest. Right now we've got 31 miles of trail on the ground. Eventually there will be 88 miles. So up until now it's really just been forested area. It looks pretty much the same as it did before, but now there are 31 miles of trails running through it for people to enjoy.
The Bailey's Trail System, from its inception, has been a community-driven project. So it's really taken off and has grassroots here in Appalachia with real people on the ground.
This is like one of the worst muddy sections in the trail system. And if there's an area that's muddy, then people want to go around it, and they start to make this like really wide trail that's just not good for the forest around it or for the users. We're trying to create that hard surface because it's just always going to be muddy. A bit more, and it'll be good.
At the end of the day, no matter what your job is, the best thing that you can do is input positivity, and I really can't think of a better way to do that than to engage just like every other volunteer in the construction and maintenance of the Bailey's Trail System.
I really think of the Baileys as a reimagination of what it means to be a natural resource. Traditionally, we thought about natural resources as things that we would take out of the land. This has put something onto the land, and thousands of people have already been enjoying the trail system.
When you're rural and sparsely populated, it's really hard to organize and secure the level of investments that are appropriate to maintain just basic infrastructure. 78% of Athens County is forested. So we have to utilize what is unique to us.
I love that the Baileys very intentionally put its trailheads in these rural communities that could really benefit from having a resource like this in a place where we've only really looked to other natural resources like coal and salt and brick making. It really gives people ownership of the land that's right literally in their backyards and makes people feel, I think, proud of this place that we call home.
Forest acres against the ravages of destruction and permit increased growth to safeguard our land, our welfare, and our future.